What's up, everybody? This is Eric the Tech Preacher. So one of the most special things about my YouTube channel is my YouTube setup. Well, someone asked me, could I make a video about the cameras that I use, the lighting, the microphones, and everything else in between for this YouTube channel? And you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you guys my command center and some details and everything that I use to make a YouTube video. And some of it is overkill, but oh man, I absolutely love it. So let's have some fun. Sit back and relax and get your popcorn ready and follow me on this journey. Let's go. What's up, guys? This is Eric back with another video. So before I talk about the command center, before I talk about all my tech toys that I use on this YouTube channel, look, most of this stuff is completely overkill. And as a YouTuber or a new YouTuber, look, you don't even need half of this stuff. But you know what? It's fun to have. So let's get into it. First, let's talk about my camera setup. I record with about 3 or 4 cameras at all times. Look, some of my videos, I use 3 cameras or 4 cameras. Some videos, I don't use all these cameras, but I do turn them on every time I record a video. So let's talk about my main camera. My main camera is a Canon 90D. It's great. It's a great camera for me. 4K, no crop, great autofocus and everything else in between. And this gonna be a trend in this video because I use all Canon cameras. My overhead camera that you see right here is a Canon SL3 4K manual focus, which really good for product shots. And my third camera over here that you're looking at is the Canon M50. This is a camera that I use a lot for my outside shots and a lot of B-rolls. And my fourth camera that I use sometimes is my Canon 80D for back shots and some overhead shots and some angle shots and stuff like that. The lenses that I use for all these cameras is I use the Sigma 18 to 35 millimeter. I use the Canon 18 to 135 millimeter. I use the Nifty 50. I use kit lenses and everything else in between. So I switch up lenses every now and then to get the proper workflow that works for me. Next, the monitors that I use. Right now, I got 3 monitors on right now. It works great for me. The first monitor that I have is the BenQ 32-inch 4K monitor. It's beautiful, bright, vivid. It works really good. I love the colors. I love everything about it. So that's one of my monitors. So the second monitor that I use on my YouTube channel is a really good monitor. I really do like this monitor. So it's the NNOCN 27-inch 4K monitor, another great monitor that has very good colors and everything else in between. I really do like this monitor. The third monitor that I use is the Interhill 15.6-inch 1080p QLED display monitor. It's a stunning monitor. I really do like the colors on this monitor. Good colors, deep blacks. I really do like this monitor, and it's the monitor that I'm using right here in front of me. So I use 3 different monitors, and not only that, but I use 3 different computers. One computer that I use on my BenQ is the Mac Mini M1. I use that for video editing, and it works great with no problem on one of the monitors. The second computer that I use is the Hero Box Pro mini PC for regular work, and it's powerful enough to get the job done, and it works very well. The third computer that I use is the ROG Spec'd Out gaming laptop, and it works great for video editing, Photoshops, all my thumbnails and everything else in between. So that's the 3 computers that I use. So let's talk about the teleprompter that I use. A few years ago, I decided to get a teleprompter to help my workflow. And believe me, it's the best investment that I did on this YouTube channel is getting a teleprompter. So the teleprompter that I use is the GVM Glide Gear TMP 100. It's a very premium teleprompter, kind of pricey, but it works great for me. So on the teleprompter, I use an iPad Pro using a Prompt Smart Pro software that's available on iOS and Android, and it syncs really good with each other, which I really do like. Now, I type all my scripts using the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus because I really do like the beautiful display, the performance, the keyboard, and everything else in between. And once I type up all my scripts on my Tab S7, all I do is save it, and boom, it's available on my iPad. So all I got to do is turn on my iPad, open up the app, and it syncs, and boom, here it is. My teleprompter works very well. Sometimes I go off script, but it keeps me focused on the video content that I'm making. Okay, so let's talk about microphones. And this is probably overkill for most people. Look, I've had audio issues in the past, and I wanted to rectify that. So I went overboard to make sure that I have clean audio when I record my videos. So let's talk about it. I record all my videos with 5 to 6 microphones at all times. Each camera has its own dedicated shotgun mic, and I'm using Rode Video microphones on each camera. Now, the 2 shotgun mics that I have right here, I'm using 2 external recorders. So let me break this down. Look, I never use camera microphones as far as my audio. I use dedicated recorders to record most of my videos. So I sync them in post, and it works great for me. It's really easy to do. So one of my microphones is the Sennheiser MKE 600, and the second microphone I'm using the McFrag MP10. And each microphone here has its own dedicated recorder. Now, the Sennheiser is on the Tascam X8 using 32-bit float, 192 kilohertz. And the MP10 microphone that I'm using the Zoom recorder, 24-bit 9600 kilohertz. And again, this may be overkill, but I don't have to worry about audio. And even if I did have an issue with both of my recorders going out, each camera has its own microphone. So if I need to pull audio from one of my cameras, it will work very well. So I wanted to squash my audio issue, and I think I did it. And look, I went overboard, but it works great for me. Next, my desk, and one of my favorite parts of my whole setup and my command center. Look, I'm using the Flexi Spot standing all into one desk, 48 inches, which helps my back support when filming. So now I don't have to sit down. I can stand up, and now I can film some of my videos. And it works great because look, I'm in the studio a lot, and I'm always filming and I'm always editing. And it works great for me to stand up with this standing desk, and I can do a lot of editing, and it keeps the blood flowing in my body because I'm in the studio 30, 40 hours a week. So yes, this desk is a perfect setup for me, and it's big enough, and I love the beautiful black texture, and it works great for me. Next, let's talk about my background. So a lot of people assume that this background was a green screen, and that's not the case. Actually, there's 2 parts to this background. I have one side right here, which is not as big as my backdrop. This covered my entire wall from the top to the bottom, and I wanted to have a complete flow here, so I have 2 of them. One is shorter than the other one, and but I do have a little green at the bottom there, and the reason why is because I do use green screen a lot in a lot of my videos. So I use this backdrop, and look, I want to mimic space. I am a true techie, right? I love space movies. I love Star Trek, Star Wars. I'm just that type of person. So I wanted to mimic a space scene, and this backdrop along with my command center, it just brings my childhood back to me, and it makes me very comfortable to record videos. So I feel comfortable, relaxed, and everything else in between when I record my videos. I do have a portable green screen that I can bring in and out every now and then, and it works great for me. So yes, this backdrop is real. It's not green screen. So let's talk about lights. And in this studio here, I have a lot of lights. And I kind of switch up lights here and there. But what I'm using so far is the GVM 880 RS RGB lights. And I have a softbox here to kind of give me a little lighting here. So my studio is well lit. I have one GVM light over there that has an RGB in blue. I got a GVM light over here. I got a GVM light pointing down at the top shot, and it all works great. So as far as lighting, I'm using GVM lights. Also, I'm using a softbox to kind of point down at my face. Next, when I'm editing my videos, the external speaker that I use to hear my videos when I'm editing is the Blue D Gaming soundbar. Now, it's not the best as far as audio, and trust me, it's flat sound, no bass, but it gets the job done. Plus, I love the RGB colors, and it's small enough to fit underneath the monitor. That works very well. Now, I will probably replace it with something a lot more accurate in sound. And I do use headphones sometimes, but this Blue D soundbar, it works great, and it kind of complements the command center. So that's why I use it here on this YouTube channel. So there you have it. That's my command center and some of my tech toys that I use to film here. Look, I will leave all product links down in the description below if you want to pick it up. And I will do a follow-up video, maybe in about 5 or 6 months, to let y'all guys see any upgrades that I have in the studio. This is my command center and the tech toys that I use. This is fun to me. I really do love it. Some of this stuff is overkill, but you know what? At the end of the day, why not? Let's have some fun. This is Eric the Tech Preacher from Easy Computer Solutions. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about Easy Computer Solutions, the Tech Preacher Command Center in all its glory. See you guys on the next video. Peace.